Hi guys, hopefully you're enjoying the nice weather. So I decided I wanted to clear out the cupboards and clear out the fridge and all that stuff. And we had a lot of extra. And I've been helped in the past by certain programs. And I really do appreciate everything that those programs have to offer, especially those that are struggling. Okay, I've been there, done that. So I gather everything up, and I had something on my GPS that I specifically go to, like a place I go to donate. And in Kitchener, they have a few different places. So I get everything together, even like random bathroom stuff or whatever, and I bring it there. And the place no longer, like, they're doing construction. I guess they tore it down or something like that. And I had all these bags and I had to drop them off and then do a loop around and go back into because I pulled them out the trunk and I started walking, and I had to put them down, and I was like, oh, great, right? So I'm gonna have to go around a whole street and everything like that and come back and go in the parking lot that's there. So I go and do that. I put them back in the trunk. I sit in the car and I'm like, fuck. Okay, well, I guess the second place that I can go to, I can drop it off, right? So I'm driving to the second place and I get there and it's still there and it's really hard to see, but I bring all the bags. Like, I've got bruises on my arms because I tried carrying, when you like gotta uh, she woman it and you gotta carry everything all at once. So I carry them in there. I start opening it up, and there's a lady that comes and she's like, "Hi, sweetie, how are you? Thank you so much," right? And I just happened to bring gauze, and this guy that she was with had a messed up hand, and she said, "Thank you." I left everything, and then I went on my way. I go to get some meat at the grocery store. I don't personally like eating meat, but my fiance enjoys it, so I grabbed some beef and some chicken and some eggs, and then I'm going to the back of my car. And as I'm putting the stuff back in the car, a lady walks up to me, a younger lady. She must have been in her early 20s or something like that, and she looked pretty rough. And she said, "Well, do you have a Tim card, or do you have some change or something like that? I can go to Tim Hortons." And I was like, "Well, what do you want?" And she's like, "Well, I would like a sandwich." And I was like, "Okay, well, I have cards. Not a lot of people carry cash anymore." I was like, "I've got cards, but I can drive you through the Tim Hortons drive-through." She's like, "I don't get in cars." And I was like, "Okay, so it's not far of a walking distance." I said, "I'll meet you over there." So I drove over there, and then I got out the car. She met me at the front of the Timmy's, and I was like, "Okay, do you need to go to the bathroom?" And she's like, "Oh no, they won't let me in there. They've kicked me out before for using the bathroom." I was like, "Well, you're with me and I'm a paying customer. So when I go in to get your food, I was like, you go to the bathroom." And at that point, I was like, holy fuck. Like, I can't imagine getting to that point, and I'm very grateful for everything that I have. So I ordered, and I think the lady behind the counter kind of knew, but I didn't give a shit. I was kind of like in an authoritative energy. I was like, I'm here to pay for food, and I'm paying for my food, and you're going to give it to me, right? And I grabbed a bunch of extra napkins, some water, some juice. I go out there. She met me outside, and I gave it to her, and she said, "Thank you so much for being kind." And I was like, "That's fine." And then I just left. And I go to get in my car, and there's a gentleman. He witnessed the whole thing, and he just stares at me. But the thing is he had sunglasses on and he had a pole. So I was like, well, quick thinking, I was just like, okay, well, he clearly can't see. But I just went like this, and I nodded at him, and I was getting ready to back up, and he nodded back, and I was like, not everybody is like full visually impaired, so maybe he see me. And as I'm driving home, I'm like, holy shit, there's got to be more programs out there. There's got to be more things that can help people, because a lot of people that end up in that situation, not only is there certain family members or stuff that do things to other people, or abuse or something like that, that have these people turning to drugs or being put out on the street, and the whole idea of everything being so fucking expensive. Like, I seen the lady at the other place. She was in the tent there, and she had her phone, and she looked like just like any regular person I would see in my neighborhood. And suffice to say, it gave me a bit of a difficulty. And the download that I got when the lady asked me for the sandwich is I was just looking around me as like, you must be a noob, right? And I'm thinking in my head, you know what? I'm not a noob, but I'm going to still do this. I'm still going to help this woman anyways. And it's almost like everything that I was trying to do made it a little bit difficult for me to do it. And I've never had a problem donating or giving to other people when I have extra shit. Okay? Because I'm okay with sharing with people that really truly deserve it. I'm okay with sharing with others that have less than myself. But there's a lot of other people out there that do not see it that way. They feel that they've worked really hard, they got to where they are, and looking twice at a homeless person, like they wouldn't even think about it because, you know, sucks to be them or too bad for them. There's a perfectly good building next to the place that I went to, the second place initially. Perfectly good old abandoned building. I think it was a factory. And I've even seen lights on in that place. It's not being used. And during the winter, they have security, they have porta potty, they got all this stuff for this site, but yet they're not able to allow them to just stay somewhere warm in the winter. It kind of pisses me off. So if you want to donate to people, please do so. If you want to help people out, please do so. Don't let anybody be a naysayer and tell you, oh, that's stupid, or they don't deserve it, they're all druggies or hardcore addicts and all this stuff. You don't understand that people are still a reflection of ourselves. That is potentially a version of you that you could have been. And having a little kindness and compassion and empathy for other people, obviously not being swindled, right? But having that kindness is needed right now. It's really needed right now. So if you have extra tampons, women out there, bring them to the shelters or bring them to your local place. I still have a pair of work boots. Steel toe work boots are really good. And I'm going to go through my closet and get rid of a lot of clothing that either doesn't fit me or that I just don't wear, that just sits in there, that somebody could actually really use. And maybe I'll bring that to the other place I was talking about. Not the one that's tore down, because like I didn't know that was a thing, but yeah, there's a lot of ways we can help each other out, okay? And if you want to help somebody, please do so. But don't forget to remember to love you also. Please do.